This is the next article from AlJazeera.com. It says, new clashes erupt in Bangladesh. At least 44 killed over 2 days in the wake of death sentence to Islami leader for war crimes. Written March 2nd, 2013. It says, fresh clashes have resulted in more deaths in Bangladesh during violence in response to the death sentence handed to an opposition leader. Police say that at least 44 people have now been killed as clashes continued into the second day on Friday. Riots erupted in the capital city of Dhaka when Delwar Hossain Sayedi was sentenced to death. Dozens Sayedi supporters smashed several vehicles in Dhaka's central Malabag district. Witnesses said baton-wielding police dispersed the protesters. Security was tightened around thousands of mosques across the Muslim-majority nation, with border guards deployed in major cities. About 10,000 policemen were on patrol, and the government deployed border guards as reinforcement to prevent more violence. The Jamaat-e-Islami, country's largest Islamic party, had called on supporters to converge in the country's mosques on Friday to offer a special mass prayer for those killed during the violence.
So this is a part of the commotions and the rising up against the government, and that because one of the leaders got killed. So this is Luke 21 and 9. But when ye shall hear, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified. And this is part of the commotion. The citizens, the people rising up on the government, fighting against the government, that's part of that commotion. Be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by.
Okay. It says we must stay alert. Jamaat and his allies are trying to plunge the nation into anarchy. Junior Law Minister Kamrul Islam said we will not allow them to destroy democracy.
Okay, I got another scripture.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is Second Ezra
Scripture's supposed to be rolling.
2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and in invading
You go.
in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, this is exactly what's happening. They going against their kings and princes, which is the police. Okay, so this is actually, we fulfilling prophecy in scriptures, which we showing you brothers that this was going on in 2013. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's exactly what's going on now today in 2013. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for the great tribulation. So.
Alright, this is Matthew 24:6. It says, and he shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
That's the part of that the next part of that prophecy.
You had something?
I was looking at verse 10. This is off of Matthew 24. It says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Alright, this is Sarah Palin. Feds are stockpiling bullets for civil unrest. It says former governor warns America is finished if it cannot resolve debt problem. Alright, I'm just start it. It says former governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin, has warned that the federal government is stockpiling bullets in preparation for civil unrest, adding that America is finished if it cannot deal with this debt problem.
Yeah, that's a part of a prophecy.
Writing on her official Facebook page, Palin remarked, if we are going to wet our proverbial pants over 0.3% in annual spending cuts when we're running up trillion-dollar annual deficits, then we're done. Put a fork in us. We're finished. We're going to default eventually, and that's why the feds are stockpiling bullets in case of civil unrest. The post achieved nearly 12,000 shares, attracted nearly 60,000 likes, and over 4,500 comments. The Department of Homeland Security has committed to purchasing around 2 billion bullets over the course of the last year, in addition to buying 7,000 fully automatic assault rifles. Last September, the agency referred to them as personal defense weapons. Although the mainstream media has played down the purchase as the feds merely saving money by buying in bulk, the ammo buys have contributed to shortage across the country. Yeah.
Okay. This is Job 18:5. This scripture is basically for the first part when it said about the civil unrest. About that America will be basically no more. This is Job 18:5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. Right, the light of the wicked is talking about everything that this American society is uphold, as far as the financial structure, as far as the financial structure and the infrastructure. That's all being brought down. Okay, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. Right, the light is talking about their wealth, okay, and the tabernacle is within their home. Their home is literally America. So everything is basically finna go downhill from now on. Verse 7, the steps of his strength shall be straightened. Right, and that straighten is talking about a place of difficulty. It's gonna be straightened in a way of disposition. Okay, that's why their money is depreciating. Okay, and his own counsel shall cast him down. Right, his own counsel gonna cast him down, meaning through all these different packages coming together and falling, and then all these other nations coming together and everything is falling. That's what that's talking about. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. Right, because they pumped up this fake dollar system. They pumped up the RFN notes, okay? And, through the process of time, when it came to, 1933, when they took all the gold out, that's why America's going down more and more. And then it's going to lead up into the civil unrest. That's why in the article she said first, if America don't get their money problem situated, it's going to be a civil unrest. Okay, it says, the gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. Okay, that's it on that. And this is getting to the guns, which was the bullets. This is Jeremiah 18:17. I will scatter them with the east wind before the enemy. I will shew them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity. It's talking about when martial law comes. When that civil unrest comes, when famine comes, when anything that has to do with this society crumbling, the Lord is going to push that on his people. Because this is who he's talking to. This is who the Lord is majority mad at. It's his own people. Okay, now I'm going to jump to verse 22. Let a cry be heard from their houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them. For they have digged a pit to take me and hid snares for my feet. Okay, and that's displaying martial law. Those 2 million some odd bullets. What is the troops gonna be using? What can the troops use to take down masses of people. Those bullets. Yet, verse 23, yet, Lord, thou knowest all their counsel against me to slay me. Forgive not their iniquity, neither blot out their sin from thy sight, but let them be overthrown before thee. Deal thus with them in the time of thine hunger. Okay? That's it on my scripture. You got one? Okay.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 11, verse 40. It says, and the fourth beast came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. For the earth has now not judged with truth. For thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. And they did that to their military system, their economic system. It says, therefore is thy wrongful dealings come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. And the highest also hath looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And that's why America's economic system is crashing. It says, and therefore appear no more, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed, and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. Yeah, America's time as the global superpower is ended. That's why the economic system is crashing. That's why people are getting more and more restless, because they have no money to eat. They have no money to sustain their ways of living. So that's what's going to bring in the civil unrest. Because they're gonna what's next? They're going to start robbing, pillaging, and stealing, and resort to senseless violence. That's why they're stockpiling these bullets to try and keep the violence in order, or try to bring order about the chaos.
Order, I'm just about to say the order of chaos.
And the way that I have Luke chapter 18,
Isaiah 19.
verse 43. It says, for the day shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee around, and keep thee in on every side. And that represents the martial law and the paratroopers with those bullets. It says, and shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. So these paratroopers are going to come into your houses, into your villages, your towns, your cities, your schools, wherever,
Keep
whatever
tying
you call
it back to the topic, please.
Okay.
Don't go off into like painting them a picture.
But they're going to use those
Explain to
bullets.
them why she's saying this. This is what y'all got to keep doing. Y'all got to keep referring y'all scriptures back to how I keep relating to what she's saying. Don't take it and then start act like we outside, paint people a picture. Y'all got to start hedging that.
But yeah, the whole point is the reason why they're stockpiling those bullets is to keep you people in order, because they know through process of design what's about to happen next.
Right. And she an insider, so she telling y'all them that. So there's Psalms 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. That's why don't nobody want to be no Republican, Democrat, or have nothing to do with the American system at all. Basically, everybody say if you want to be a politician, I mean, if you want to be a liar, just be a politician. That's why it's all these jokes about politicians now. Because it's coming out on who they is, so everybody fleeing away from that road. I know that's why I stopped. Okay, that's it? That's
Yeah.
good.
Next.
Do you have one, do you?
I know, it's straight.
Big G.
The Isaiah,
Like
as far as the civil unrest.
Yeah, go ahead.
Egypt. Okay, start from 1. This is Isaiah 19 and 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved as at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian.
Right. The Egyptian versus the Egyptians talking about the race riots, the civil unrest that she's speaking on.
Yep.
That's why they're gathering all these, stockpiling all these bullets, because they know it's going to be civil unrest. They know that's basically race wars right there. It's like the have versus the have-nots. That's the time.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor.
Right.
City against city
Exactly.
and kingdom against kingdom.
So that's happening everywhere. Not only in America, it's happening over there in Egypt, Portugal, Spain, France.
Yep. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards.
Right, they're going to seek to their gods that they worship because they want some answers on why
Yep.
the American system has collapsed and why are these riots going on. But
Yep.
they're not going to receive any answers.
And why they stimulus packages and stuff like that ain't working.
Alright, next video. The title is See the Huge Sinkhole That Swallowed a Florida Man. It says, a recently released video shows the massive sinkhole that suddenly opened underneath a sleeping Jeff Bush, 37 years old, in February. The footage was taken by a contractor before the pit was filled and the house in Sefner, Florida was demolished.
So that's how it actually looked. Show this picture. Just go down. That's the guy that actually got swallowed up. Jeff, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He had Christmas
You
tree.
know, Mike, right? Perfect picture. Nimrod is God. So he died. Whoever that is, crying, go up.
That's his brother.
Got love on his hand. So
Jeff
that
Bush.
was love.
Jeremy Bush, brother Jeff Bush.
And then they go to the actual house of the crime scene. And then we're going to show you the actual footage. That's what paying for everything now, so I guess.
That endure.
Fucking spot.
You know, the white man and his
Now
dogs.
every dog wants to be a Caesar dog. Caesar Savory Delights. Irresistible combinations in 5 delicious entrees. Like porterhouse steak flavor with peas and carrots.
Story in the ancient
Caesar, love them back.
It's an accident.
Numbers 16 and 1, a corn story. Go 16, 1, 2, 3, then just jump over to 26 to 33. They give you the whole story. That's why I went on and grabbed it and broke it up so you can read all this shit. Yeah, so as the video loading, we gonna pause it anyways. Just gonna read the thing. We can wait on this.
Okay, this is number 16 and 1. Now Korah, the son of, this is given a account in the scriptures, ancient world, where this happened at. Okay, number 16 and 1. Now Korah, the son of Ashar, the son of Kahath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Pelah, sons of Reuben, took men, and they rose up before Moses, with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered together themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Lord is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Lord. Okay, now I'm going to jump to, you say 30, verse 31?
26.
26, okay. Jump to verse 26. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in their sins. So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan and Abiram on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that the Lord hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of the men, then the Lord hath not sent me. Excuse me. But if the Lord make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up, with all that appertaineth to them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Lord. And it came to pass, as he made an end of speaking all these words, the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up in their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from amongst the congregation. So that was just a story indicating how it happened.
Yeah, so what you actually watching today, then already